I'm going to make a draft excluder for my door. It's not that I need a draft excluder, I just want something Christmassy to be in front of the door. So I've cut out some lining material that I'm going to use to put the rice in, and I've got some kind of dark red velvet here that my friend gave me, and that's going to be my top part. And I'm just going to use my sewing machine just for quickness. You could use fabric glue or even hot glue if you're not going to keep it forever, and that should just do it. And I'm just going to basically sew up one side and the front and leave one side. It fits over the top of this. And bear in mind this will be padded, so you need this a wee tiny bit bigger. It's exactly the same way. Just going to stitch it straight at the bottom. Turn these all out the way I'm going to use them, and I've got some rice, bags of rice. I've got 3 bags here, and I'm only filling this, and then I'll stuff the rest with cushions. And basically I'm just going to open the white thing and put it in. Hopefully not get it all over the place. I just got this rice out as Morrison's actually for 47p or something like that. Before I close it, I'm just measuring this stuff. Put a wee mark on my red material where the size of the window is, and then I'm just going to cut this shorter, or tuck it in shorter, make a wee mark on this so that I know I need to go beyond that to fit it in. And what I really just do is tuck it in, leave all the stuff on the inside, as long as it's past that mark. Yep. And I'll just sew it like this right across. You will see the stitching, but it will be hidden inside the other bag. Just knocked all my rice down to the other side so that I'm just basically going to put it inside this, and then up within the right side, so I know what's got to be stuffed. Right, that's me got my rice in it and it's quite evened out, and then I'm just going to stuff the rest of it with some cushion filling. Just don't want to use them for stuffing things. I don't know how much we need, but start with a wee bit. My arms will probably not be long enough to get all the way down to the bottom. So I had to pull the material back and move the rice about just to get my hand in to fill it up. And then I've got to this point. I've evened it all back out again, so I've just got a wee bit more to do. Try not to overfill it, it'll just get too hard. And then I'll just seal up this end and we'll do the next part. So next I'm just going to tuck all this in and sew it on my machine. And I'm going to just use the thread that's in there. If you could see this part, I would use a matching thread or hand stitch it, but you're not going to be able to see this part when I'm finished. Right, that's all sewed together. There's fluff everywhere. This is the padded side. And I've given it a good shake to make sure my price is even. Now, my wee pieces of fur that I sewed, I've turned them out the right way, and I'm just going to put them on. Just hot glue this. I'm not going to bother sewing it. If you want, you could just hand stitch this, but hot glue worked for me. I think you should do the same for the other one. And this is the draft excluder. Now you could stop there, but I want to put something on it. Now, I bought these. They go around your wine bottles, and they're pretty flat. I meant to go around your wine bottle like this, and basically this is exactly that part where I've put the hat down and changed the nose. I've got Velcro on the feet and Velcro on the hands. And I opened it up at the seam, and I put rice in the bottom, and I used the stuffing that was in the body and pushed it up into the head and the hat so that it looks more like a toy. So this one, I've cut all the beard off it, and I've already cut the back off with the fluff. And I've put my stuffing up where I don't need it. So basically took everything apart for the body. And I got some red felt, and I just cut a circle. And I had a pair of these red and white striped socks, and I just cut the cuff off it. And I'm just going to wrap it around. I want to make this one used to look like this one, and I changed it to make it look more like a female. And we will be setting up. I'm just going to stuff this with rice, put the rice into a wee bag and then pour it in and put it in. This is the kind of sock that I cut it off of. Like that. Right, I've just cut 4 wee bits, and I'm going to cover these white bits just to make it look a wee bit more kind of feminine, I suppose. So that I've got 2 female and 2 male, and I'm just going to wrap these right round like this. I've got the arms and legs done. Now I've got this wee bit of felt that's 50p. I just made a circle and cut a circle out the middle. And none of this needs to be perfect in any manner. I'm just going to glue it on. And cut off anything I don't need. You don't have to do anything, you could just buy some toys. Just these were 70 pence, and that's why I bought them. I knew I had all this stuff in the house. They're a wee bit fluffy, but I can wipe that down soon. 2 wee bits of fur. One I'm going to put round her neck, and one I'm going to put round her band here. I'm going to put out the band round her neck. I covered up all my glue things and my stitching. On the head, where I've cut the beard off, there's 2 wee holes. And I've got this, and this is just 3 strands of a really cheap mop. And I've just tied wee red bits around it to keep it. And then I'm going to cut it in 2. And put some pleats in it and then glue them on. It's a wee pleat. I'm just going to kind of basically put it where the beard was just to cover that up. And then just stick some glue in. I'm just going to wrap this piece right round her head like this. And glue it at the back. That's her. The other thing I've got to do now is kind of stick them on. So I'm just putting them right on top of it, measure them out, and then I'll glue them on. I'm just going to use hot glue. Every time I think I've got all this fluff, I find another pile. Going to glue them all right on like this.